Hey, this is Pat, and today we're checking out the all-new Merlin Cambrian Jacket. Now, the Cambrian Jacket is a V-twin inspired, classic-looking moto jacket with a lot of features built in, specifically to protect riders. But one thing I want to call out is it is a full cowhide main construction designed for summer riding. It's really going to be 2-3 season. You can get into the early spring, late fall, but it's really aimed at the hotter climates out there because it does have a lot of perforation that you can't turn off while you're out there on the bike. One thing I will say, we've actually just been reviewing like the Merlin Chase 2. This is going to be a much more rigid leather, something that's going to age over time, but that comes out of the box a little bit stiffer, whereas the Chase was a nice soft material, a nice soft leather that was getting AAA protection, whereas this Cambrian is actually going for CE AA abrasion resistance while using a 1.0 millimeter cowhide main construction with all that perf in there. So just keep that in mind when you're checking it out. I can see this on a lot of bikes, cafe racers, V-twins, even some touring riders out there that want a leather jacket. This could be a great option to add into your gear closet, all for the $480 price point. Talking about sizing though, real quick, I got Norman on my left. He is 6'3", 220 pounds with a 44-inch chest measurement, currently wearing a size 44 as the size chart entails, and it does fit him very well. I will say, if you're looking for something that's a much more svelte styling, you can actually go one size down. You can see a lot of extra space. We have it cinched on the side here on Norman. He can still fit a back protector in there. If you go down to a smaller size, it's going to allow it to be a little bit tighter out of the bag, but it'll give it time to break in and relax over time, just to give you a nice fit across the entire chest, as well as with the back protector included in there. Again, comes in at the $480 price point. Sizes range from 38 up to size 50, and it comes in the one colorway black that you see before you. Starting up at the top, working our way down, we'll talk through all the features, see if it's right for you and your ride. You get a single snap up at the collar that can loop back. You can tuck it away in that leather strap over on the side, but it is a 1.5-inch leather collar with leather on the inside, leather rim around there. So again, the same materials, you're gonna feel that up against your neck, and it does have a nice feel to it, just needs a little bit of time to break in. Quilted stitching over the shoulder. Underneath of that is gonna be D3O and the LP1 armor. This is just hip armor, but you're gonna have a specific shoulder armor as well as elbow piece inside there, but it's D3O. It is CE level 1, it's LP1 armor, so it's nice and ventilated. It's nice and malleable, but on impact, it gets rigid. It's molecular armor that's going to make sure that you are protected. That's CE level 1 up at the shoulder, as well as at the elbow, with a pocket for the back protector should you want to add one in. Coming down the sleeve a little bit, you can see the pre-curve built into it with the perforations running on the inside. No adjusters, again, which made me call out that if you want to go down for a tighter fit, you absolutely can, but it has no adjusters on the inside, but it does have all that perforation. Merlin typically builds things for cold, wet weather like the UK gets. They are a UK-based brand, so I love seeing when they're building things specifically for the US market and hotter climates out there, something that can allow airflow through to cool off the riders, because again, we tend to ride here in the nicer months of the year as opposed to fighting any of the elements out there. One other thing to call out, you get a little bit of quilted accent stitching down at the cuff, but you get a zipper cuff closure with 2 snaps to adjust the cuff if you want to do so. One thing I love that Merlin's been doing, they used to have the snaps over here. If you lean on the gas tank, it could have scratched the gas tank. They heard riders, they moved them to the outside and up on top of the wrist, so it's not going to be something that scratches your tank. You don't have to worry about that as well. Coming up to the top, tons of perforation running down the chest, almost 4 different quadrants of it at each chest, as well as down at the hand warmer pockets. But one thing to call out is localized perforation. So it's not something that goes to the seams. You have a buffer zone so that those holes in the leather don't provide any vulnerabilities for the seams or anything like that to puncture through. We see that with a lot of high-end brands, a lot of European high-end brands. So I love to see that Merlin is following suit and making it just a little bit more protected. 2 vents at the chest, 2 vertical vents, and a massive metal YKK zipper running down the front too. I love the silver accent on that. They have a lot of things that are brass accented. I don't think that would have played too well with this almost like matte color black in there. So I like that big cord or big grab cords on each of the zippers to make sure you can open it. And when we get down to the bottom, you get 2 hand warmer pockets on each side with zipper closures as well. And when you look down at the base, there's actually a protector for the lower zipper, so it's not going to scratch your tank. Something we look for as riders that not many people think about. When you get that protected, it just keeps the zipper's metal away from scratching up your tank. You go ahead and turn to the side for me, hit that riding position. At the side, you'll see the quilting that I was talking about up at the shoulder, as well as the perf running down the back of the sleeve, and just double stitching all the way around. Really high-end production when it comes to using leather, so I like that they're reinforcing it there. At the sides, you can see we actually have it cinched up at the sides here, but it's full leather running down the sides with these little vents at the back as well. I could have done without the vents on there. I just think it adds a little bit of bulk, considering the entire back panel is going to be perforated, which we can see here if you turn around to the back. At the back, there's all that perf I was talking about. Big old swath of it up at the top of the spine, mid-spine, as well as at the lower back, just allowing all that air from the front of the jacket and the sleeves just expel out the back. Again, back protector pocket doesn't come with a back protector, so make sure you're adding one in there. Little bit of a drop seat, not much, so it's not gonna be covering too much if you're in more of aggressive riding position, so keep that in mind. But there is a short connection zipper as well as a belt loop that you can go ahead and secure your jacket up to the pants if you need to. Go ahead and spin to the front. Let's open up the jacket, show them the interior of it. Again, the interior is exactly what you'd expect from a hot weather riding jacket for the summer, and that was aggressive. What you get inside here, it's just mesh inside, helping flow that air around your body and really moving it around to help it expel out the back. Stash pocket over on the left, and I mentioned before you get the connection if you want to connect it up to the pants. You go ahead and zip that up for me. Take it a little easier on the zip up there. But there you have the Cambrian. Again, in Merlin's lineup, I like the Chase too. I think it's a really quality jacket. I like that they have another option within their line with a little bit sturdier leather, really something that's gonna be aging over time. It's an heirloom product that you can hand down in a few years. I'm sure Norman here could hand this down to his son when he gets on the bike, because we all know if we ride, our kids are probably gonna start riding too, to mom's chagrin. So all you have is a lot of ventilation throughout the jacket, D3R protection, again at that $480 price point. But if you still have questions after that, or if you need more information, click the info button. That's gonna take you over to the product page where you can read other riders' reviews and see what other riders are saying about the new Cambrian. Don't just take my word for it. If you still have questions after that, if sizing's confusing, since this does fit kind of in between two sizes, go ahead and give our customer service agents a call. They're all riders, happy to help you get set up for your next ride. But I want to thank you for joining Norman and I and checking out the all-new Merlin Cambrian jacket. I'm Pat. I'll see you in the next video.